Great. And we're getting somewhere now. You're learning. Congratulations.
No.
Why? Now the big question is, why is that? Why?
So you're committing an action?
Okay, you're committing an action. Okay, and why are you able to distinguish from your actions from your identity?
Because your identity is yourself, and you're doing an action.
Kind of. I mean, it's kind of like when you're
doing an action. You're running, right?
Yeah.
Let's say your name's Daniel. Daniel's running. Daniel is your identity. That's your legal name.
Okay. Kind of. I mean, kind of.
No,
when
certainly.
it comes to no, not certainly. Okay, because you can legally change your name. Meaning that
okay,
did you
well,
just change did you change your identity?
Name.
No, because your identity didn't change.
The name you were born with.
The name you were born with. Well, that's secondhand account because your parents named you.
Okay, now you're justifying trannies. That's not.
No, I'm not justifying any trannies, by the way. I think they're mentally ill.
What if I'm mentally ill?
Well, yeah, you are. I do believe that 100%.
Oh,
what else if you're mentally ill?
integrated.
Yeah, I can tell you're mentally ill. He has some angst there.
I do.
Because she thinks she deserves it. Because she's like such a failure towards her parents or even herself.
I'm just into scat play, dude. Come on. Why are you kink shaming?
Oh, now she's now like it's getting deeper now. We're actually uncovering a little bit the second layer of the mask here.
That I'm into scat play?
No, hell no. That's disgusting. You're disgusting. And I know that you're just saying that in irony because you've been around people that have been into that and you were so shocked that you're like, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. And you may be actually somewhat into it because you're a sick fuck. And even if you're not.
I just want a big black guy to fucking nut and shit on my chest.
Yeah, you're just... I know you're trolling. I guess it's not... Oh my god, yeah. Like, you can't even say it with a straight face. Hey, say that again, but say that with a straight face, real quick.
I want a big black guy to nut and poop on my chest.
You couldn't even do it. You're not a good actor. We gotta take better acting lessons.
Oh, really?
True. That's very true. Yeah. Damn.
Wow,
damn.
I like how nice you are.
is cooking up some.
I love how nice you are.
I love how passive aggressive you are. You're a clown. Oh. She's clowning herself, honestly.
You're turning me on. Stop degrading me like that.
That's again another ironic statement. Her pussy couldn't be fucking drier. Damn, that's a good one. I'm using that one. Oh, she didn't pass the vibe check. It's not happening.
That's great.
That is so true. Holy shit. Yeah, I've seen those types of people in these like incel like culture like a sphere type of people who are like in the looks maxing and stuff. I may have been around those types of people, may not. Sometimes. Who knows? And what they do is they hyper focus onto their own like shortcomings, but they don't actually like work on them. And they don't realize that they're just irony maxing, not actually looks maxing. And then they just utilize that copious amounts of copium and don't actually know how to utilize their angst in a positive or even negative way. So it results in them just spinning their wheels and not doing jack shit about their angsty situation that they're in. So
I like when men are quiet. I really like when men don't talk.
Right, and that's the irony. You love my voice. Actually, it's actually slightly turning you on. So that's the reason why you said that. But it's okay.
I have nothing to say to you, actually.
You have nothing to say to me. Okay, well then, don't talk to me.
I like how you guys are
Damn,
muted
the wild
now. I
things are.
really
You
like
pulled
how
that
you
one
guys
out.
are muted now.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna locally mute us. Okay, cool. Thank God. Thank God she locally muted us, so you can't hear. She can't hear anything we're saying whatsoever. I know, right? She couldn't handle it. Like every time you come up with like some really interesting like diss, you just come in and just and she just couldn't handle it. She couldn't pass the vibe check. She's just a young fucking. I don't even believe she's like 18. Like she just says that just just for, I guess legal reasons. I guess I don't know, but like I don't even believe she's fucking 18. But it's whatever. Even if she is 18 and she's that fucking like ignorant, like God help her. My God. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta eat, You gotta eat the plants, you gotta eat the animals, you gotta eat something. And something's gonna die in order for you to keep going. Like, that's just life. They can forget that they do know. That's the issue. It's like people forgetting and need to be reminded of what they do actually do know. That's the key thing that that need. Yeah, giant them to the radiator, beat them. Let's go. Again, I do not advocate for that whatsoever. That was just a hypothetical situation for legal reasons. Anyways, oh yeah, like think about that word, these words. Like let's just slow down, slow that big train that is that bullet train that passed through us. The words politically correct. That there's so much to that like double speak right there. Because it's so like oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, yeah, like the words politically correct. Like a lot of people say words, but they aren't intimately familiar with the words. I'm not saying that you. I'm just saying just people more of a general sense. And I get caught up as well, with words, just saying them and then not being very intimately familiar with them. And the words politically correct always just stood out for me as like the most Orwellian like doublespeak that you could that people could say, um, as well as like my truth as well. It's like, mm. Is this political correctness or politically correct or political incorrectness? Well, both sides are of the same coin that is of the same false dichotomy. It results in this like rapening of the language that results in not it is based it takes the meaning of the word and it's like okay you're saying something in irony, you're saying something like okay political correctness, but you're actually saying something that's supposedly going against the norm, but then that's also incorrect to say because of people's feeling. But then the political correctness is also about what is then socially acceptable to then say, but then also something that is then wrong, like morally. But then you have some type of deep seated moral like imperative to then say the truth. But because you're not able to say the truth, you're then having to become politically incorrect. So you're already trying to gaslight yourself and say that you're saying something that's untrue, but you have this moral imperative to say something that's true, resulting in some type of like supposed contradiction. And it's like, no, using that type of language, the abuse of language, only just rapes your own mind into thinking and playing into the little socialites and the people that are bastardizing the language and the meaning of it so that they can then foster they foist all these problems onto you. And just like what you said with the evil, they know what they're doing, okay, but they have to be reminded because sometimes they forget because they've been lying to themselves for that damn long. And so that reminder makes them you immediately reveal to them what they're doing is not only wrong, but you have that moral imperative to tell the truth, regardless of whether you're incorrect or correct in regards to the political landscape. That's why I love like philosophy and stuff because it stands above the kind of like a river. You kind of have like more of a starting point, but you don't necessarily have a starting point per se, but more of a flow where it flows from. But there's always a source, when it comes to a river or something, there's always a source. It's like a huge body of water or something. And when it comes to philosophy, the source of like of truth comes from more of the philosophical aspects of life, and downstream is of course the political the policies, the politics downstream of it. And just like anyone upstream of it, if you kill an animal, you shit in it, you you go downstream. All of the politics were just going to be trash, nasty, and not going to ever function if you don't have a good philosophy or a good source for which you're drawing from in regards to like the truth, that you're even drinking from or even eating from. Because if you're not doing that, then it just results in just bad policy, bad politics, and just bad applied philosophy. So that when you go over to any even smaller local little area, you get an HOA, and they're coming over and they're telling you like, "I'm sorry, but your grass is 2.5 inches, and yeah, you need to get the fuck out of your $1.5 million home that you purchased. Like, fuck you." Okay, like that's the type of mindset that these people have, because as soon as power of course corrupts, when it comes to any level of like semblance of understanding how like people are engaging with like the like how they're being empowered to do things. And as soon as they have power over other people, it just results in people not having on equal playing field. Or like, I'm the prince and you're the slave, like kind of dynamic. And it plays out throughout history, and it just results in just nothing more than just slavery, impoverishment, rape,